Hey guys, Joyfield Gamer here, and today we are doing part 2 of What If Izuku was adopted by Lara Croft. So last time, where we last left off, is where the Tomb Raider 2013 game begins. And pretty much the same thing as canon happens with the inclusion of Izuku. Oh, and by the way, if this is like the first video that you watch, like for part 2, go watch the other two, like part 1, part 1.5 to actually get your like context and pretty much understand the whole thing. But if you don't, quick summary. Basically, in this, what if Izuku, what it says in the title, what if he was adopted by Lara Croft? Pretty much, yeah, pretty much everything goes the same way as canon, with the inclusion of the shipwrecked in Yamatai Island or Empire, whatever you want to call it. So, instead of going through Lara's point of view, it's basically the same thing. But, we're going through Izuku's point of view in this part. So, everything goes the same way as canon, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we go to Izuku. He starts waking up, saying, ugh, what the hell? Where am I? Ugh. With Izuku pretty much just looking around with nobody else there. So he gets up and he just feels dizzy, saying, oh god, my head. What happened? Instantly after he said that, all the memories of what happened, like the shipwreck, the storm out of nowhere, with his mother falling into the ocean, everything happened. But after that, the ship literally just of course it started being flooded by water. But the current was too strong for Roth and Izuku to stay together, so Roth kept trying to hold on to him, with Izuku trying to use his other arm to get to Roth, but he grabbed something else, and that was Roth's knife. Instantly, because of Izuku's bad grip, and also Roth not able to hold on to Izuku, instantly he loses the grip, and of course, Izuku gets taken away by the waves, with Roth just yelling out, Izuku! With pretty much Izuku getting all his memories. Oh, fuck. So that's what happened. And luckily, the knife that he accidentally took from Roth... Wait, let me show you the knife. This is the knife right here. This is Roth's knife. Let's just say it is. If it isn't, sorry. But for now, it is. But yes. With Izuku just confused of what to do, and just instantly he calms himself down, saying, remember, Izuku, calm down, calm down, calm down. Remember the training that both mom and Roth showed you. With, of course, the same talk as Lara, like, going through when, pretty much she's going through everything. And pretty much Izuku just remembers the word that you have to look around your environment and remember the terrain and also the stars. With Izuku just walking around, then instantly Izuku just goes of course into the jungle or forest, whatever. With Izuku just walking around, not knowing where to go. And instantly he was walking some way, but accidentally trips over a rock. Let's just say it, okay? With Izuku pretty much just falling over, and then instantly he falls into a little cave, like a little hole in the cave, and he starts sliding down from there, and just literally not safely, like unhurt, but there were a few bruises. With Izuku saying, "Oh, that's gonna hurt." Ow. With, of course, Izuku grabs his knife and pretty much stands up and pretty much takes a look around. With then Izuku just sees around, and pretty much the whole area looks dark. Luckily, let's say there's a torch. A little torch that right there. a little flashlight. With Izuku pretty much says, huh, I guess today's my lucky day. Both unlucky and lucky. Huh, ironic. With, of course, then he goes and gets the flashlight. And he just prays, saying, please let it work, please let it work, please let it work. And then he flips the little switch on the flashlight. Or a torch, whatever you want to call it. With Izuku, of course, luckily the torch was working, with Izuku saying, thank you, God, thank you, thank you. And just praising God for that moment. But then, of course, when he looked up, like, everything in his body just went, it's like ice, pure ice was in his blood. Like, his eyes literally went so cold. It's like he was able to feel like he was only freezing because he stumbled upon a corpse, which was, of course, sacrificed like Lara's, but this is not the same, like, cave that Lara is in. This is a different one. With Izuku shocked, and he was literally about to vomit. With, of course, Izuku saying, oh. And he looks up again, and he looks and he sees just the amount of agony into the person's eyes. Like, the face was frozen, like, say, in an eternal scream. With Izuku just looking at the man at pity, saying, may you rest in peace. And goes up to the man shakily, and then closes his eyes, saying, I hope in the next life, yeah, you don't have to go through that pain again. Then Izuku just looks to his left, and just sees a gun. Izuku says, holy shit, how lucky am I getting today? Then Izuku just goes and grabs it, and then he looks at the ammo and everything, saying, fuck, I guess I had the limit. Empty. Damn it. But of course he takes it with him. So, and he looks at the dead body again, with pretty much, like, you know, like those little straps, like, where you hold the guns and stuff? Think of it, like, you know, like the strap with Nathan Drake has, like, when he holds the pistols and stuff? Basically, imagine that. So pretty much Izuku just says, sorry about this. And pretty much takes off the little straps off the dead guy, and Izuku says, I hope you forgive me. I kind of need it now, since you're not going to be using them soon. With then, of course, when he was searching through the man's body, there was actually a few stuff. There was actually, like, a wallet. There was, like, an ID, of course. Like, you can get the idea. But what Izuku thought he was super lucky, his super lucky was that he found a walkie-talkie. With Izuku saying, "Thank you, God. I'm going to church. I'm guessing I'm going to go to church soon. Thank God for me living for another day." Well, of course, Izuku was about to press the button to call someone. Instantly, he hears footsteps and someone talking Japanese. With Izuku saying, "What the?" Instantly, he goes and hides somewhere because something in his gut tells him to be careful and to not to and pretty much to avoid the people he doesn't know. With Izuku just let's say hiding behind a boulder that's like a really good spot to hide. But then a man just looks around and sees nothing change. Well, sorry, woman. With the woman just looking around, seeing like nothing, looks around and sees that nothing has changed. She says, I thought I heard something. And of course, it's in Japanese. I cannot talk Japanese, so yeah, sorry about that. But yes, anyways. But then, of course, Izuku just saying, what the? And sees like a little necklace around her neck. Izuku saying, "Who the fuck is that?" With Izuku not being smart and of course deciding to not stick around, he wants to keep moving forward. Within, of course, let's say a few hours pass, he was able to escape the cave with his life and also sneakily, like being sneaky and stuff, and quietly without like alarming anyone. With Izuku just huffing and puffing, saying, "Oh, thank you God, thank you God, thank you God, thank you God." But then instantly he makes sure that he makes sure that he's in a safe area, secluded area that no one would attack him. With then instantly just hoping that the raid will work and that his luck won't, like, pretty much of course end today. With then of course Izuku turns on the radio and he like presses the button on the radio and he's waiting for it to work. And he puts it on a channel saying, guys, anyone, Roth, Mom, Sam? Damn it. At least I know that radio works. Though, sorry, walkie-talkie or whatever it is. But Izuku, of course, instantly, his stomach growls saying, ugh, hungry. Within Izuku pretty much saying, oh wait. Instantly, he, of course, goes to look for, like, little sticks and branches, like, pretty much to make a fire. With then Izuku pretty much goes back to his pocket saying, it looks like I was lucky enough to find the guy's lighter. With of course with a looked like a custom lighter. With pretty much you can imagine what's on it really, because I do not have the brain power for that. I just have enough brain cells for making the story. So yes. Anyways, let's continue. With then, of course, Izuku pretty much makes the fire and just says, now I just have to find something. Food. And pretty much, of course, he just goes and looks around, and luckily, there's a lake. Izuku saying, oh my god, if you are looking out for me, I thank you, which I would say, you're welcome, but I'm not trying to be egotistical, but yes, let's continue. It's a joke. Don't take it too seriously. But yes, let's continue. With of course Izuku was able to make a makeshift spear with the knife that he has. With then of course able to get the fish and of course make food with the fish. But he accidentally caught attention from the animals, which was actually the wolves. Like same as Cannon, pretty much attacks. Pretty much similarly attack Izuku, with Izuku just saying, ah, damn it! Why do I always have to talk? Shit! With then, of course, Izuku. Sorry, I kind of forgot my state of mind right now. With, of course, luckily, Izuku was able to have fast enough reactions and stab the wolves, of course, to death in the brain or whatever you can think of. With Izuku just looking at them saying, it looks like I'm gonna have a lot more food to eat. With then, of course, Izuku just eats up enough food and, like, pretty much goes up a tree and says, I would rather stay up a tree than just sleep on the floor. With then, pretty much, Izuku goes to sleep, and of course, luckily, he doesn't get eaten. With then, of course, same as Canon. Wait, sorry, wait. Pretty much same as Canon, where like you know how Lara caught like the radio from Roth. Izuku also did with Izuku saying Roth, Mom. With pretty much both of them are relief. They make a big sigh of relief, saying, "Thank God." With Lara saying, "Izuku, Are you okay? Where are you? I'll go get you. With you, Rod saying, no. You can come find me, Izuku. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry, I accidentally tapped the wrong thing. But yes, with Rod saying, look, you can come, both of you can come meet up with me where I am at. With everyone else, okay? You can make it here. It'll be fine. With then the radio starts to be messed up, but with Lars, but but you should go to Izuku with pretty much Rod saying, I have faith in the boy. He can do this. We trained him for this. Remember, Izuku, the lessons that we taught you. Be careful. And don't trust anyone. With Izuku saying, yeah. I'll try to get to your position. With pretty much Roth's radio stopped working. With Izuku saying, Mom, see you there. Be careful, okay? With Laura saying, that's my job to say. That was my line, Izuku. But, yeah. You too. Please. Over and out. With then, of course, Izuku tries to walk to where the direction is, and he accidentally stumbles into a temple. Of course, with Izuku just seeing, pretty much just goes through the temple and explores it, and he's excited about the history that it shows here. He wishes he had his notebook with him, but yeah. With then Izuku pretty much sees everything, and then it looks like there's skeletons, but one that's sitting down. And Izuku's confused of why that skeleton, pretty much that samurai skeleton, is just like that, but with a sword through its body. With Izuku, and pretty much just goes in front of the samurai and just looks at it to its, of course, skeleton, no eyes, like the skeleton head with no eyes, saying, why did you commit seppuku? With then pretty much like the little message, like in canon, except for Lara reading it, Izuku gets it way earlier on. With Izuku saying, what's this? And he opens it and reads it, saying about the sun goddess's true reason of why she does the, like the ritual. Izuku saying, what the fuck? What ritual? I heard she was immortal and she gives successors gifts, but what the fuck? Pretty much Izuku being more confused of what is happening. Because of course he heard multiple and lots of legends. And he, of course, like everyone, would think that they're fake. Like stories, like fairy tales and stuff. But oh, Izuku's world. No, not Izuku's world, but Izuku was very, very wrong. And so were the others. Then Izuku looks around and sees nothing out of the ordinary. But let's just say there's a bow there. It's still in extremely good condition. And of course, let's say Izuku was able to fix it or improve on it. With Izuku saying, "Thank you, Mom, for teaching me those archery lessons. Thank you." But then, of course, Izuku just was about to leave, but then he decides, but he stops, but then looks around, looks the other way, and sees Himiko, the sun goddess. And he says, you're the reason why we're here. Your anger turned you into a beast. You bastard. Huh. And you're supposed to be the greatest in Japan? Pfft, as if. And as if Himiko's spirit heard Izuku's making fun of her or mocking her. Like the whole tunnel was starting to rumble. Izuku saying, "Fuck!" Instantly, he starts running into the same direction, with, of course, boulders and rocks and traps that were first, like, not working at all started to function. The rocks were falling from the roof, and of course, everything was crumbling. And of course, like the Croft's luck, he narrowly escaped death. He was breathing heavily, saying, "I am so happy I am lucky right now. Dear God, thank you." With, of course, Izuku goes and meets up with the crew, with everyone. Sorry, not yet. Sorry, with Izuku going to the direction where the crew would be, and he ends up in like an abandoned village. With then instantly, the, the he notices someone yelling, saying, "Let go of me, you bastard!" And he remembers that voice. It was Lara's voice. Instantly, he goes and hides, and pretty much looks around the direction where he heard the voice. And luckily, of course, he sees Lara being captured by the cult. With then, of course, Lara, with Izuku shocked, seeing that there was other survivors. With, of course, but instead of the scuffle happening randomly, Izuku made a plan. And luckily there was like oil cans. And with the lighter, Izuku was able to hatch the plan. Of course, wreak havoc from the village and try to save other survivors. But mostly uses the arrow to like hit the arms, like go through the arms, hurt them like that, not kill them. But with then instantly accidentally Izuku aimed it a bit too high and instantly killed one of the cult members. But he saved two people. One was what looked like a man. Of course, one was a man and the other one was a woman. With the man pretty much helping the woman, which she looked injured because her leg was bandaged up. With Izuku looking in shock, and he looked at the bone saying, "I killed someone." With, of course, instantly he looks up again. But then instantly sees that two people saw Izuku what he did, and just smile at him. With the man yelling out saying, "Thank you, thank you." Instantly the two run, and Izuku yells out to them saying, "Go to the direction of blank blank blank. You'll see the others there." With the one saying, "Thank you, we will, and we'll tell the others." With Izuku just looking ahead, lost in his own thoughts, saying that he killed someone, he murdered someone, he took a life. He's disappointed in himself. He feels angry. But he was taken out of those thoughts after he heard a loud bang. Izuku goes and runs towards that direction. Instantly sees Lara pointing a gun at the man that's dead. With Lara looking at it, looking at the dead body and the gun back and forth, in shock and in disbelief in that she killed someone. Izuku looks at Lara saying, "Mom?" With Lara instantly looks to her right. She sees Izuku. Instantly, she forgot everything. She forgot that she'd killed someone. But the only thing that came over her pretty much was worry and relief that her son was okay, that he was alive. So she ran towards him and hugged him so tightly, like he was her last lifeline. Like he was the last, like her life depended on it. With Izuku hugging back, a few tears falling from him, both of them having a few tears falling from their eyes, sorry. With Lara saying, Thank God you're alive. I don't know what I would have done if you were gone. Izuku saying, yeah, me too. Well, of course, they see Roth, same as canon, with pretty much Roth saying that that Lara has to go communicate with someone to help them. With then Izuku saying, I'll help you with the wound. Lara, Mom, you go. I'll catch up with you later. With of course Lara, same as canon, goes up the tower, communicates to the airplane. Everything happens as canon. Pretty much with Izuku helping Lara make the fire, like the little fire signal. With same thing as canon, as the voice says, no one leaves. With Izuku saying, what the f? Instantly, we skip to where everything same as canon happens. Pretty much, what was his name? Wait, sorry, let me search the name right now real quick. Same as canon, like Rob tells both Izuku and Laura that Whitman took Sam to the Solari Brotherhood, and they said something about what was it called? A ritual. With instantly Izuku just fucking eyes widened and just says, "Dear God." With both Roth and Laura confused and worried, Laura says, "Izuku, is everything fine?" With Izuku just snapping out of it and saying, "Roth, we need to get Sam now. No time for explaining, but we need to go. Have you seen where they went?" With Roth saying, "No, I haven't. I don't, sadly, I'm sorry. Maybe you can ask the others." With, of course, both Izuku and Laura go to find the others. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I needed to yawn. And hold up. And of course, as canon, pretty much Laura but also with Izuku, goes and tries to get Sam. But instantly, Matthias, same as canon, stops Lara and Izuku. But with Matthias confusing, why is a child here? And Izuku saying, huh? Who the fuck are you? With Lara saying, that's Matthias. I bumped into him while I saw Sam. With Izuku saying, wait a minute. And he looks at the necklace, but it looked different, like it had more accessories to it, saying, you're the leader, aren't you? With Matthias saying, huh, smart young man you are. We haven't even met, but yet you were able to tell. With Izuku saying, I recommend you not do the ritual. It'll have extremely big consequences. With, of course, Matthias saying, oh, you know of the ritual then, do you? Then, I guess, it's been nice knowing you, kid. Goodbye. With, of course, Matthias tries to kill Izuku and Laura, but of course, fails, same as canon. But then, of course, same as canon, both Izuku and Lara get saved by, not saved, but taken by the Oni. With Izuku saying, oh, dear God, they exist. With Lara saying, what? Are you talking about the Oni? What, demon? With Izuku saying, yeah, they were legends, but, dear God, this changes everything in reality. Fuck. And of course, both Izuku and Lara escape as canon. But of course, since Izuku was able to find the temple before Lara, Izuku says, Lara, wait. With Lara saying,
You never call me by my name before unless it's something serious. What is it? Izuku just stays quiet, but then takes out, like, like the little scroll and just throws it to Laura. With Laura confused, with Izuku saying, "He'll give you information on what it's about. Let's get going to save Sam." Pretty much same as canon. They basically, so, sorry, pretty much same as, uh, pretty much same thing as she goes to like the tower and tries to stop it with the help of Izuku. And of course, both Izuku and Lara barely survive with the help of Roth, but sadly, same as canon, Grim dies. With pretty much, basically all the events go the same as canon, but and pretty much Izuku and Lara escape. Everything goes the same way as canon. With Izuku pretty much um, helping the other survivors escape. With pretty much same thing Whitman tried to do, try to help Lara, but with Izuku pretty much extremely on high guard. He basically pulls out a knife and just puts it on Whitman's throat. With Whitman surprising, "What are you doing?" Izuku saying, "I don't trust you because something tells, because how do you say? Oh, I don't know. You betrayed us." With Whitman saying, "What are you talking about?" Izuku saying, "You're siding with the fucking cult. You crazy piece of shit." With, of course, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're just a kid. You don't." With Izuku saying, "I already killed more than one person. I don't mind adding you to the pile. So I recommend you talk, or that head of yours will pretty much be rolling off your body on the floor. So talk." With such like a cold like tone coming from a 14-year-old, but in the eyes, Whitman was able to tell that he was telling the truth. Like this boy saw literally killed for survival. This he said, I but he was about to say something, but instantly there was someone from the cult saying, "They're over here, hurry!" But of course, without Whitman, Izuku and Laura escape. Basically same as canon. But, and of course, a helicopter appears. And of course, but of course, both Laura and Izuku experience or scene of what happens pretty much in the plane. Both Izuku and Lara tell the helicopter to go land somewhere safely, not leave the island because you'll will die. Of course, they did. Both Roth and the helicopter guy did not listen, and pretty much the same as canon. Pretty much the storm, of course, brews, and then she pretty much uses the lightning to hit it down. Same thing as canon happens, and Roth sadly dies. But luckily, Izuku was able to get a lucky shot on what was his name again? Matthias. Only hitting his arm though, like his shoulder, like destroying his shoulder blade. Like it's that arm just went limp, straight up. With, of course, Izuku just kept trying to shoot at nothingness. Pretty much, Matthias was able to run away. And Roth, of course, Roth dies. With then Izuku pretty much Izuku and Laura go and escape. They luckily, and also same as canon, they luckily find a ship, but in different story, Whitman is not here because Izuku doesn't expose him and stuff, you know. With pretty much same as canon about the ship, everything happens as canon. Sadly, oh, Alex Weiss, I don't know how to say it, but pretty much he was able to get the tools. With Izuku, pretty much tries to help him get up, but Wasting, no, it's fine, kid, just go, it's fine. Izuku just looks at him saying, but with Wasting, you can't save everyone. You just have to try to save as much as people as you can, kid. I miss that part of the unlucky few. Go. If you stay here, kid, any longer, your mom's not gonna be all alone now. With Izuku just saying, fine. With the guy saying, see you in hell, I guess. With Izuku just laughing and just a tear rolls down saying, yeah, see you in hell. And of course, it wasn't like in a bad way, it was more like a joking manner. With instantly the same as canon, with pretty much Alex bravely shot the tank and exploded, killing both the cult and himself. With Izuku pretty much pushing himself, both, of course, Lara and Izuku pushing like their grief aside. Everything that same happens as the canon. With, of course, then sadly, and Izuku, by the way, forgot to tell everyone that pretty much to plot reasons, uh, Izuku did not. Both Izuku and Lara forgot to tell the others about Whitman pretty much betraying them. And pretty much same thing as can happens about Whitman getting Sam and of course giving them to the cult. With then instantly same thing as canon, they pursue him with of course Whitman dying at the end. Same as canon, a brutal death. And of course both Izuku and Lara go and of course stop the ritual as canon, with Lara of course shooting Matthias off the edge. But Izuku stopping the ritual, with also saying a few words to the dead body, saying, "Go live in the deepest, darkest pit of hell, bitch." And pretty much just slices, not like just stabs her, but instantly just slices her the woman's dead woman's head off completely, and says those words. With and he can literally, and he just surely imagined seeing the spirit just looking at him with fear. Not fear, but more like fierce, like anger, hatred. It's like the the glare of wanting to murder the person they hate the most. With Izuku just flipping it off, really. With, of course, luckily, of course, same as canon, sadly, they all get saved by a cargo ship and taken off the island. With then, of course, same as canon, if I remember a bit of the books, that Lara tried to write a biography, but since Izuku was there, he actually said, instead of biography, why don't you make it a novel, like a book? Because people are going to think that you're crazy, like your granddad. With Lara just thinking about it, saying, yeah, I think that would work. With, of course, Lara saying, pretty much putting down everything that she's experienced, with also asking permission of the rest of the survivors, including Sam, which Sam was fine with it, and of course the others were fine with it too. With Lara asking if they want to have their names changed for privacy reasons or they would want to keep it the same. And of course, all of them said that it was fine if they wanted to keep it the same. Or change it. It doesn't matter to them. Well, let's just say Lara changes the names a bit. With, of course, the main character is going to be Samantha Cross. Cross, not Croft. Cross. And yes, I know Samantha is like Sam's, but yes. Pretty much it shows the story of what she went through, and of course the other characters went through. With also the inclusion of Izuku. Izuku, I don't know, like the story name character for him. But yes, but anyways, Lara in this What If, do you guys know like the My Little Pony and like Daring Do? Yes, I'm not like embarrassed about that, but it's a good show. If you watch it, it's good. But anyways, yes. Pretty much basically Lara's gonna be Daring Do in this What If. Yes. Anyways, let's continue. With of course she also needed a name for it. With Lara saying, what should we call it? I can't think of a name for it. With Izuku saying, well, how about Tomb Raider? With Lara saying, just thinking about saying, yeah, I like it. It's catchy. With pretty much naming the story, genre, Tomb Raider. And that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you have a good day, good night, good afternoon, or wherever you are. Take care. Bye.